There's a lot of anger in the streets. There's a lot of frustration. There's a lot of misunderstandings of different cultures and different people. My daughter had a problem with one of the students in her classroom. She confronted a girl and she asked her, why didn't you come home last night and do the collaborative homework? And the answer she got back was, I'm sorry, but the library was closed. You know, I don't have a computer at home, I don't have internet. That was a big awakening for my children. How could kids survive when there's such a huge digital divide? And that's when they came to me and they said, we have to do something. I grew up in the Lower East Side, pretty much born and raised here all my life. So it was in my blood since I was a child, just to get involved with the community. My mother was extremely active. She still is at 96 years old. I went through Brooklyn Tech, which was a major effect on my life. I eventually became a petroleum engineer for Exxon, and I worked there for 6 years. It was a great job. It gave me great training. You have to have a clear understanding of what the problem is and the steps you really need to take to solve the problem. Thompson Square Park had another name. It was Needle Park. I know people that died in that park, died from overdoses. Even now, I know a lot of people that didn't make it through, friends that didn't make it through the pandemic. So I lost a lot of good friends over the last 2 years, and that's what's scary, and that's what we need to solve. UA3 is involved initially in education and digital divide. Then we moved into food insecurity. Then we realized solidarity was key. We have 1,000+ volunteers out there. We have 130 nonprofit organizations that we're dealing with. It has a lot to do with relationships. It has a lot to do with cultural exchange. We've been able to capture a large basin of people who need help. It's really just taking the small steps of where else and how we can help them and how we can bring people together and empower people. Corporations are the ones that stepped up. Corporations like National Grid, when they actually came in and they worked in our pantries, they actually gave out food with us, and they said, listen, there's a need out there, there's a disaster out there, we're gonna respond. And they did. They responded both in manpower and with money. So, you know, I couldn't ask for a better partnership. We share relationships, we share cultures, and we share friendships throughout different people in New York City. That's what UA3 is all about.